And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
A bit ago, Mark Dagnall and I were able to chat. He feels good about their chances if they can prevent Kawhi Leonard from taking over. We're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer who can score from all three levels and can take your best scorer out of the game. I asked him, so what's the plan? He said, survive.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Leonard gets the bucket.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Here's Harden, following the bucket by the Thunder. Dunn outside. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Pass to Holmgren. Clock at 6. The shot misses.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
And here's Leonard. Dunn outside. Now here's Powell. He had 9 points in his last time out. Zubac. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Oh, my goodness. What a gritty finish from Zubac. Big fella. Okay.
Knocked away. And stolen by Leonard. Going all the way to the rack. And he can't jam it through. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Here's Harden. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder leading by 4. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Norris looking back at James Harden's time in Houston. What an incredible individual run he went on.
Come on, Brian. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 5 times with the Rockets. Came so close to getting to an NBA Finals. He's still beloved in the city of Houston. Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line. Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Now here's Harden. No points so far.
Oh, such a clever move by James Harden on the drive. He always goes fishing for that contact, and usually he finds it.
At the line for the Clippers.
All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Here's Williams. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Left side, Harden. And Isaiah Joe is going to pick up the foul here. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line.
Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
Ask any player or coach in the NBA, how good is James Harden? You will get the same answer. This is one of the best scorers to ever do it, guys.
Now here's Caruso. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Here's Williams. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Their first chance this season playing the Thunder.
They took the season series against this opponent last year. High-profile games are the best.
Here's Powell. Oh, Williams with the block. And so the first quarter is in the books. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 5.
12. The Clippers, 7.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here's Simmons. Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out.
Shot clock at 6. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Good work defensively by Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Here's Williams. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Outside Bogdanovich. Rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Holmgren powers through traffic.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Dort for 3. Powell pulls it in.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Simmons, no good. Thunder leading by 5. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, it's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Kept alive. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, Chet Holmgren sending it back. He is willing to take on any kind of challenge.
Poke loose. It's stolen by Bogdanovich. Tipped. Out of bounds. The Clippers will keep possession. Oklahoma City making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for your Thunder, Isaiah Hartenstein.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Here's Williams. Again, Oklahoma City.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
And slam dunk by Simmons.
Ben Simmons, what a dribble drive. How about the handle? Woo!
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
Isaiah Joe.
Clippers trail by 8. Here's Simmons. And that one's long. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Outside for Dort. Shoots over Powell. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Batum, left side. Over to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped.
Excellent anticipation by Lou Dort to get his hands on that one. Gosh, this guy is relentless on that end.
Here's Williams. The rebound by Eubanks.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
For 3, Powell. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Thunder leading by 8. Here's Williams. From down in the low post, it goes. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Pass to Hartenstein. Plenty of space. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's a 12-point Thunder lead.
As usual, he's right there to save the play. Nice timing on the tip-in.
Love the assertiveness of Norman Powell. Boy, turn the lights out.
No debate there. He's got hammered.
It's his first trip to the line. That one misses. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He hits the second from the line.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
Harden from outside. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And
Your Thunder, 24. The Clippers.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Clippers trail by 8. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Williams. It's rebounded by Zubac. Well, the defender stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Harden with it. Dort grabs the miss. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
The 12th overall pick of 2022. Jalen Williams. What a find by the Thunder Doors.
This is so exciting for this organization because even though J-Dub went to a mid-major school, wasn't a big high school recruit, he ended up being second in Rookie of the Year voting. He's getting better and better. He has got an unbelievable future.
5 to shoot. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Williams. Launches it. And James Harden pulls it down.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Driving inside. And the shot's good.
Timeout, timeout.
Harden's got 8 points.
James Harden has made a living out of tough shot making. I'll tell you, the defense pretty good right there. James Harden just better.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And they got to refocus. Too many careless turnovers will kill your momentum.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. Outside for Dort. Back to Hartenstein. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
A
moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Ryan, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
Here's Leonard. Good work defensively by Dort. And it's Dort with the ball for Oklahoma City. They held a 12-point lead earlier. And Doris, the Clippers with new jerseys, a shiny new arena, and an ownership group that is very aggressive. They want some shiny hardware to go with it.
Yeah, you have to appreciate an ownership group that is willing to spend and make all the right moves in order to position yourself for the championship. But now the players need to come through. And what has been their undoing in recent years is injuries and the lack of availability of their best players. Age and health still hover over this organization.
And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul of the game. Dunn outside. Pass to Coffey. Outside Harden. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Harden. There's the triple. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. The Oklahoma City's ball. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Outside Joe. Pass to Caruso. To the paint. Here's Wiggins. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Leonard. Here's Harden. Takes it inside. And then Harden with the jam.
Well, with that frame and that power, James Harden leaves no doubt.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. And Leonard powers it down.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Dunn outside. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. "50 seconds left in the third quarter." Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins. On the wing, Caruso. Batum with the defensive effort. Clippers trail by 4. Coffey on the wing. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Coffey's got his second bucket on the night. Left side, Williams.
Might be a good idea to run the clock. Hold it for the last shot.
Oh, okay then.
Oh my goodness, the creativity and flair from Ben Simmons. Stop it now. Don't hurt him, Ben. Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
Clippers substitution.
That's a good timeout. They just can't hit anything.
Sometimes it just feels like this has become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Incoming, fans. Get out of your seat and get loud.
There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Leonard. Into the lane.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. It's Los Angeles
31. The Clippers 33.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Oklahoma City trailing. Pass to Wallace. Back to Williams. Outside for Dort. Shot is up. Can't nail the jumper.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
To the left side wing. Powell outside. Back to Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Powell with the stuff.
Put it on the deck, get by the defender. Norman Powell on the dribble drive. Okay, I see you.
Pass to Holmgren. Here's Wallace. From beyond the arc and then some. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Powell with it. Guarded now by Williams. Here's Leonard. To the middle. So good near the hoop. Leonard.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Nick Batum.
Personal foul.
Well, the Thunder will be building a new arena, Doris, right across the street from their current home.
Well, how exciting that the downtown arena is set to open in the 29-30 season with a 25-year lease. This secures the team's long-term future in Oklahoma City. And honestly, BA, this fan base is so passionate, they deserve it.
Outside Harden. Back to Powell. Shot by Leonard, no good.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Outside Harden. Pass to Dunn. Here's Powell. Outside Harden. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Hartenstein. Back to Williams. Wallace outside. To the inside. Hartenstein. That puts him in the lead. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren.
Substitution on the
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Coffey can't get it to go. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. They held a 12-point lead earlier.
What I love about Jalen Williams, he makes his presence felt on the game. Athleticism, tireless work ethic, and offensive skills that are just blossoming with each repetition. Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Pass to Dunn. Back to Harden. Can they get it? The Thunder pull it in.
Simply put, a bad shot pass. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Now here's Dort. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, Dort touched the paint, and he was immediately thinking score.
Clippers trail by 6. Coffey on the wing. All alone. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
They're having a hard time stopping this run.
And B.A., you can't afford to keep coming up empty.
Back to Dunn. Fires the three. Buries it from three. Dunn's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Oh, it's a big-time bucket. Chris Dunn doing work.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
You have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks too.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Here's Dunn. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth.